Hey guys, welcome to Test This Tech, and today we have a microphone from Aokeo. So this is the MK-9 RGB microphone. This is an XLR and a USB as well. I came across this on Amazon because I was looking at, maybe getting a different microphone. Also, specifically one that has touch capacitive um, mute button, right? But also has XLR functionality, which is a lot of microphones today on Amazon. So, but I came across the Aokeo because they typically make pretty decent budget microphones. They're one of the many, but they make good quality mics. And came across this guy, has very much a Elgato Wave DX kind of size and form factor. I would argue that the Wave DX is built better because it's all metal. But this feels pretty good. End address, dynamic microphone. I'm using the XLR function right now. I'm using my Mayono that I've reviewed on the channel before. And this is the sound that you're getting. I will say when you plug in the XLR cable, it does not come with one, unfortunately. But when you plug it in, you really have to push your way into it. So I think the plastic around the XLR function makes it a little difficult to put that XLR plug in there. But I managed to force it into there and without breaking anything. So this is the sound you're getting out of it. No reverb on the Mayono, and the gain is at about almost 50%. Almost 50%. So that's what you're getting here. Not sure how it sounds. You guys have to let me know. I'll have to play back my own video to find out if it sounds any good. But yeah, I'm going to switch over to a USB and we'll see how that sounds. Okay, so now we have. Sorry, I don't know where the camera is in this phone. Now we have it on USB for the Aokeo MK-10. I think that's what this is called. It does come with USB-C to A. It's funny, not all USB-C cables are made equal. The one that comes with the box does work, but I usually pause my video and then record just on to do a bunch of splits and cuts, for editing purposes. And it gave me a notification on my phone saying that it doesn't support USB dynamic devices or analog devices when I use the not a different cable, the one that didn't come with the box. But once I plugged this in, everything worked fine. So this is how it sounds as far as for USB. The gain is at about 45 to 50%. Let's test. Oh, and you can change out the colors too. There's an RGB button on the back, touch capacitive one. Let's test that mute button. So this is me talking. And I'm back. So when you press the mute button, the ring goes red as you see, but then also the indicator goes red too, the lighter on the indicator, which is nice. And there is a line to indicate where your gain is at in the process. So it's not like a digital knob, which I hate, terrible for doing streaming and stuff like that. So this one this would be one that I would recommend more so for streaming and things like that. But this is the sound of the microphone. So I'm going to listen back to see what my thoughts are. And I will play it back to let you guys know my overall thoughts, see if it's worth it. Alrighty, guys, back on the XLR for the microphone via the Mayono. I had to do a recording because when I did the initial one, it actually picked up the phone microphone instead of the microphone, but nonetheless, doing another recording here. Keep looking over here thinking that my camera's over here. So, but to sum it up, I think this is it's a solid microphone. For 30 bucks, this actually punches way above its weight. So definitely I would recommend it in that regard. You just have to manage your expectations. It's not built like the Elgato Wave DX, even though it does have the form factor. Personally, I think this sounds better than the Elgato Wave DX. This sounds better than that. So that's a plus. When it comes to, touching the microphone, things like that, it's going to pick those things up. So this kind of reminds me of like the Fifine K6 668. Great sounding microphone, but do not touch it or it's just going to get into the recording all those sounds and whatnot. But I think if you're slightly careful with it, I think it is a great option, to get a really decent sound for 30 bucks, So And you get an even better sound if you use the dynamic. Get something like the Caster, for the XLR mic preamp. So hell, I recommend it. I recommend. There's really nothing not to like. I think the sound is good. And that's really at the end of the day. If it sounds good, hey, what are you gonna do? Anyway, Tess is Tech. Catch you guys next video. Thanks a lot.